The horror genre has been on fire this year. Between surprise hits, indie standouts, and long-forgotten franchises returning from the dead, horror fans have been eating good in 2025. So, in that already stacked lineup, there was one film I was genuinely excited to see, Shelby Oaks. Directed by longtime YouTuber Chris Stuckmann, this marks his big leap from film critic to filmmaker. And for someone like me who has grown up watching his reviews, it's kind of surreal to see his name up on the big screen. I've been watching Chris since the early days. His grounded energy, genuine love for film, and especially horror, was infectious. Even if I don't watch his stuff as much anymore, I was still watching his career with great interest. I think it's great seeing someone from new media break into the traditional filmmaking world, and it felt like a win for all of us who grew up on YouTube. But the big question is, did he pull it off? Honestly, yeah, mostly. Do you remember that Blair Witch sequel from almost a decade ago? The one that was pretty awful and broke the one rule of the Blair Witch series? Well, this is basically what I wished that film had been. Following a woman searching for a missing sister who vanished alongside her paranormal investigation crew, the Paranormal Paranoids, the setup's great. It's a grounded mystery drenched in supernatural unease. Taking heavy inspiration from classics like The Blair Witch Project, Lake Mungo, and Hereditary, the film uses their DNA to build something that is entertaining, if familiar. But, to stay on the positives, what really worked with Shelby Oaks was its horror. Having critiqued and analysed horror conventions all of his career, it's clear Stuckmann took what he saw wasn't working with cliched horror and stuck to what works. Every horror beat landed, was engaging, and kept me on edge. And the jump scares that are here felt earned because it took the time to establish these characters. And every reveal deepened the mystery further without cheapening it, for the most part. What also adds to that is that Shelby Oaks is a very tight film. At an hour 40, this film doesn't linger. It gets in, executes its horror, then gets out, which was appreciated. As for the technical aspect, it's again very solid. As the found footage genre is about as fresh as mouldy bread, I found the found footage here to be really entertaining and engrossing. The film also has a very polished look. The blending of formats between found footage, YouTube videos, and cinematic shots all feel cohesive. The found footage in particular is handled really well. Unlike a lot of modern horror that tries to comment on social media and ends up feeling like your dad just discovered TikTok, Shelby Oaks actually gets it. It feels authentic, like it was made by someone who's actually lived online. That said, the traditional cinematic sections are a bit less inspired. Competent, sure, but visually flatter than the found footage stuff. I almost wish the whole film committed to that raw, investigative true crime energy. It's where the film really shines. As for the story, well, that's where things get a bit rocky. It's a bit of a mixed bag. There are moments of genuinely good character work, small emotional beats that feel grounded and real. But then, you'll get dialogue that over-explains everything. Characters will spell out their motivations or narrate the obvious. Lines like, "I need this," when we have already been shown that you do. It felt like the film didn't trust its audience to get it, and that bleeds into the ending. Without spoiling anything, it feels the need to over-explain itself. Characters spell out their motivations when we already understand them, and the finale doubles down with narration that tells us what we've already seen, which is a pretty major red flag. If you don't think your audience can figure out the story that you feel the need to tell them at the end in case they didn't get it, maybe go back and make sure that they can figure it out naturally through the story, or maybe just trust in them that they understand what's going on. As for other issues, the CGI could be iffy at times. When the effects were in shadow, far away or out of focus, it was perfect, but some shots had the effects front and center. They weren't awful, but it was distracting enough that it took me out of the horror. Ultimately, your enjoyment of Shelby Oaks will depend on what you expect it to be. If you're going in wanting a good, fun horror adventure, then you'll get that. But if you want something more groundbreaking, you'll be disappointed. I enjoyed this one, and I'm looking forward to Stuckmann's next film, but I don't think this film is going to have the lasting impact of those films that inspire it. But those are just my thoughts. Now I want to hear yours. Have you seen Shelby Oaks? What did you think of it? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.